At this moment in Nigeria, Atiku is a figure of immense fear and uncertainty. It's not because he possesses any supernatural powers or intends to execute any extraordinary actions against Tinubu, but rather due to the leverage he currently holds over Tinubu. If Tinubu could turn back time, he might wish he hadn't thrown his hat into the presidential ring and instead continued his role as a kingmaker. That's precisely why emissaries are now approaching Atiku, pleading with him to withdraw the case from the United States District Court in Chicago. Regrettably, it appears to be too late, for Atiku seems determined to unveil all of Tinubu's long-held secrets. These secrets span over 5 decades, encompassing not only the potential identity theft at Chicago State University, but also the FBI files. Surprisingly, many are unaware that the FBI has admitted to possessing over 70,000 files related to Bola Tinubu. Yes, a staggering 70,000 files for a single individual. The reason only 2,500 files are being released is due to an agreement reached between David Hundeyin and Aaron Greenspan, who decided to streamline their request for a quicker release. The impending release promises to be a bombshell. We may as well forget about the Supreme Court, as their actions and statements have become predictably aligned with certain interests. They've succeeded in normalizing forgery, a trend evident in the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, where forgery was casually dismissed. This pattern repeated itself in Enugu when a judge overlooked a forged document, asserting that it was inconsequential to a gubernatorial candidacy. One might wonder why anyone would forge such a document if it had no bearing on the matter. A similar situation unfolded in Lagos, where the acknowledgement of a forged document was accompanied by the assertion that it wasn't a requirement. In essence, buying one's way to power isn't the issue, it's a question of legitimacy. Consider the episode with the United States, where Biden initially extended an invitation to Tinubu for a private meeting at the UN General Assembly, only to abruptly cancel it. Rumors suggest that Biden received advice cautioning against associating with Tinubu due to his unfavorable polling numbers in the United States, and an ongoing court case involving forfeiture of $460,000 in narcotics proceeds. These circumstances underline the legitimacy crisis facing Tinubu. His reputation has cast a dark shadow over him, making it unlikely for anyone to engage with him. At the G20 meeting in India, Tinubu appeared almost isolated, and the embarrassing situation in the district court in Chicago added further shame to his name. Requesting the judge to halt the release of already public information is both futile and senseless. In fact, in a Western country, he might have resigned long ago, given the magnitude of the scandal. The United States operates differently from Nigeria, where judges can be influenced. In the United States, it's impossible to buy a judge, and that's why the plea to Atiku is being made. Ironically, it was Atiku who was once ridiculed by APC supporters, labeling him a perennial election loser who would never win in Nigeria. Yet, they are now scrambling to withdraw the case. However, Atiku is resolute in his pursuit of justice and the truth. He insists on obtaining all relevant information through proper channels, not merely relying on Nigerian courts. We mustn't turn a blind eye to wrongdoing, as complicity is not an option. Developed countries we admire today faced their share of challenges on the path to progress. A pattern of errors cannot be dismissed as mere mistakes when the evidence suggests a way of life. Take, for instance, Tinubu's false claims about his educational background when filing for gubernatorial candidacy in 1999. None of the schools he listed were accurate, and his credibility hit a low when it was revealed that he hadn't attended any of them. Even an event organized in his honor by a supposed alma mater in Ibadan was cancelled when it became apparent he had no connection to the institution. These errors, or so they were claimed to be, continued to accumulate over time. His recent submission of a certificate in 2022, which is now the subject of litigation in the United States due to alleged forgery, raises serious questions about his character and honesty. Gani Fawahinmi, a respected figure, worked diligently to ensure a resolution to these matters, but ultimately, immunity protected Tinubu from prosecution. Without consequences for his previous errors and false claims, he repeated them in 2022. This highlights the importance of a robust and impartial law enforcement system. In Nigeria, the misuse of law enforcement resources for settling civil disputes is troubling. Even more concerning is the involvement of the police headquarters in such matters, often leading to unnecessary transfers of individuals to Abuja. This misuse of power detracts from addressing critical security challenges. A society that lacks law and order cannot function effectively. Those in positions of power today should not assume they are immune from future scrutiny. Backdoor and questionable ascensions to power hinder the establishment of stable governance. Policies must be implemented and enforced fairly for the betterment of society. In conclusion, we will continue to provide updates on the Chicago court's decision. It is expected that the court will render a verdict this week, potentially leading to the release of documents by Chicago State University to Atiku. If you are watching our video for the first time, I suggest you subscribe to our channel for more interesting and captivating information. Turn on the bell notification to get alert on all our recent posts so you won't miss out any. Share your thought in the comment section and share these videos with family, friends, and concerned Nigerians. Thanks for watching.